welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time, hello, my name is Bella. It is nice to meet you. I am a life and style blogger slash vlogger here on YouTube, and I am so happy that you decided to click on this video. Today we are going to be talking about my tattoo story, and I've never made a video like this before. I don't really think that I've spoken much on my tattoos in general, even like on my other social media, and that's partly because of how intimate I see them to be, but then it's also because for a long time I just felt like, because tattoos are fairly taboo in Nigerian society, I just felt like maybe nobody would really be interested in hearing about my experience. But I have gotten lots of requests about this and talking about my tattoos for so long. So today I am going to be talking about, I got my first tattoo when I turned 20. At that point in time, it was very significant for me. There was the whole thing of me wanting to get a tattoo, and there was another thing of me wanting to make sure that if I was getting something, it would be something that was sentimental. So the year before that, I had gone to therapy and I had worked through some issues that I had at that point in time, and a lot of it surrounded my dad, his untimely death, and a lot of things that surrounded like how I felt and how I dealt, I guess, with his passing. So when it was time to get this tattoo, I knew that it had to be something that's commemorated my dad, which is why it says Omo Solo, which literally translates in the most broken aura or broken bini, depending. I mean, like I never really think of, is literally Child of Solomon, and then I put his birthday underneath. And for me, it was an amazing way to remember him. I went in with a lot of excitement, a bit of anxiety, obviously, because especially at that point in time, anxieties follow me everywhere. And yeah, the experience was painful, but it wasn't as painful as I expected. That was the first time for real that I realized that my threshold for pain is relatively high. And yeah, picked out the font. They would like sketch it for you, put it on transfer paper so you see what it looks like. And then I decided the location that I was going to be, which is like on my pelvic bone. I don't really know how I made up my mind that I was going to be there. I think a lot for me initially when I was getting like my first 3 tattoos was about it being hidden, because I just wasn't really mentally ready to answer questions, not even from society, but like from my mom and stuff like that, especially after going through a whole piercing phase as well. So I was just like, yeah, I need somewhere that I can control when it's seen, so I put it there. So I have to precede this by saying that for me, before I get a tattoo, I have to have thought about it on and off for a year. And it's important that you think about it for a very long time. It might not be a year for you, it might be like 6 months or whatever, because I had a friend in uni that got a tattoo around the same time I got mine, and like maybe by the time I was getting my second or my third one, she wanted it removed, and I think she actually got it removed. I don't know. Yeah, that can happen. So it's important that you like visualize for a long time and stuff like that. And if you're also not somebody that can make a commitment in life, like generally, probably don't get a tattoo. So got my second one. My second one is the doves on what side of my body? Okay, on my left side. So I got my first tattoo on my right side, so I was like, okay, I need to balance this out. So I got the second tattoo on my left side, and initially I started off with 3 birds, and then I actually really wanted more, but I was worried. I was like, okay, maybe to be like extremely painful or whatever. Bottom line, I went back. I went back maybe like 6 months later, and I was like, yeah, I need to get the rest of the birds. So I got the rest of it. So technically it counts as 2 tattoos, but it's really just 1, and there are 9 birds. And I got them in kind of like a swaying motion, like according to the curve of my body. And a little insight on that is I have a condition, a spinal cord condition called scoliosis, and it basically is when your spine kind of leans towards a certain side. So that was kind of mimicking it, but like on the outside. it's weird because I feel like with people that get tattoos and in tattoos in general, it's such an intimate and personal thing that like you might try your best to explain to certain people and they just will not actually understand, and that's just what it is. Okay, next one was another one that I got when I was going through tough times. This was probably the lowest that I was emotionally and otherwise in uni. I was alone at this point in time. I was going through stuff school-wise. I was going through stuff like relationship-wise. I was going through stuff. I was just like, I was in a dark hole. And I saw this one and I was like, I just kept it in the back of my mind. And for some reason, the words kept on repeating themselves to me like months and months and months into what was going on. And then at some point in time when I was legit by myself, like all my friends had gone home and there was nobody really around and I was the only person like in town and stuff like that, I was just like, yeah, I think I'm just going to get it. And I got that one on my rib cage here, and it says, "This too shall pass." And till now, it's the most emotional one that I have. I remember getting it and lying down on the like bed thing, like the, you know, like in the dentist's office, that kind of chair thing. And I remember the guy, except my first tattoo, the rest of my tattoos were done by guys. The guy that was doing it, he was etching it in, and it felt so therapeutic for me. Like it legitimately felt like, and you only understand this if you're like Catholic, it felt like I was doing penance. Like it felt like as they were etching it in, I was starting to believe more and more what it was. I don't know why it's making me. I was starting to believe more and more what I was writing. And all through that period in time that I was by myself and like reflecting, every day I would look at it, and it was something that I felt was just so beautiful. And it was so beautiful and it was so meaningful that every time I looked at it, I was like, yeah, it must be true. And like even now when I've overcome so much, every time I look at it, I always feel like I can get past anything. I'm always going to be able to pass through anything. I'm always going to be able to overcome anything that I'm going through. And that's just like on period. And that's why I feel like that tattoo really helped to like reaffirm my positivity, and the fact that I'm an optimistic person is one of the reasons that I'm such an optimistic person, because it's such a word of affirmation, and having it on me made me see it every day, and it was constantly reminding me, and it constantly still reminds me now that anything that you're going through you can overcome. And that is such a powerful message. Okay, enough of the mushy stuff. Okay, so I have 2 more tattoos to share. My 4th tattoo is this one on my wrist, which you guys can actually see from here, my broken nail, and it is a wishbone. So I have this amazing friend. Her name is Tobari, and maybe like 4 or 5 years ago when she was still in Nigeria, she went through something that was very emotionally traumatic for everybody involved, for all of us. And she's one of the few people that anything that happens in her life affects me directly. It literally feels like there's some kind of weird connection that when she pinches herself, I get pinched as well. So after she had gone through this as such a strong person and an amazing person, I felt like I had finally gone through it as well, and I had come out on the other side. And then I went to visit her. So we had gotten this guy's number from somebody that Tobari knew. And I don't know why we felt so confident, because I had never gotten a tattoo in Nigeria. And I just felt like the regulations were a bit dodgy. I just felt like, you know, people weren't really being careful and cautious. But like, I don't know, it was like an adrenaline thing. This one, we didn't think of what we were going to get for long. I can confidently say I didn't think about it for up to a year. I didn't think about it for up to like 5 months actually. But we knew for a very, very long time that we wanted to get one together to commemorate, 1, our friendship, and 2, like what we had overcome together. So we now decided to get a wishbone. That was now how the search for the person to do said wishbone started. That's how we entered this market type area. It wasn't like a market, it was more like a thing of shops. Isha entered into this guy's place. We went upstairs. That's how we went to go and get tattooed. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, like when I was there, I was like, oh my gosh, what if we get like infections or something like that? Like, this is actually crazy. Who does things like this? We does things like this. This was like my young but not really too young but still reckless type tattoo, and it's a wishbone. And obviously a wishbone has two ends, and when you break it, whoever gets the bigger end like gets to make a wish. But then we both got the same tattoo on our hands, and we have zero intention of breaking it. Now the last one, and this one was still easy to hide because it's just in the corner of my wrist. Now the one that I was like, yeah, I'm ready to just be given a big FU to society is the one I got for my 25th birthday, and I got it on my 25th birthday, like on the day. And I got this one in Abuja, and it says, I think I made a video, I don't know if the video is still on YouTube, and it says foam. So backstory on this tattoo. First of all, I got it in like typewriter text, and then I got a full stop after foam. And a lot of people see it and think that it was meant to be fun, which is kind of weird. But backstory on this, my grandfather died the like 3 or 4 months before I got this tattoo. So 3 or 4 months. He died December 27th actually. How old am I? Okay, he died December 27th, 2017. And then I got this March 2nd, 2018. And I was like, yeah, I just need... It was one of those things where I was like, life is short, even though he was relatively old, but he was sick. I was like, life is short. Like, I love this thing on me. Like, I love this ink. And I'm so proud of who I am. He has such an amazing lineage. He has helped so many people and stuff like that. And I was just like, yeah, I'm going to use him as an excuse to get my first like out there tattoo, even though to be honest it's still not out there, but my first out there tattoo. So the name that he gave me when I was born is Chuku Fum Naya. So I decided to take Fum, and I took Fum because I felt like he's called me Fum Naya, but I also felt like it would be something that would be a conversation starter. Like, a lot of people would not even know what Fum meant. And this is by far, maybe it's because it's the most recent one, but it's my favorite tattoo at the moment. It's my favorite tattoo. It just, for me, it's like it's a big statement. Like, it's a small tattoo, but it's a big statement. And I feel like at this point in time, when I got this particular tattoo, was the most confident that I've been as an individual. Like, I was like, yeah, this is real. This is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I was fully myself. I was completely myself, and I was proud of that self. I was proud of the stress and strain that I had been through. I was proud of like experiences. I was proud of like sad things. I was just happy. I was so happy, and I felt so complete as an individual. And it was also like the first time in a while that I had been single, and I was so happy about it. Like, I literally felt like so many weights lifted off me. So this was like my liberation tattoo. For me, they signify so much strength. They signify overcoming. And I don't know what the future holds, but then I still can't see myself as somebody that just gets one just to get one. It has to mean something to me. It has to be like a milestone moment to me. Excuse me, I don't have an issue with people that just get them just to get them, because I think that your body is a canvas and you can do whatever you want with it. But for me, I need to look at it and remember, like the way that I can talk to you guys about it and tell you exactly what was on my mind, that is so important to me. So far, much like a lot of other things in life, I have realized that the way that you will be addressed depends on the way that you enter into a room. A lot of times when they are on display, I move with a lot of confidence. I am not the type of person that you see and automatically think to intimidate or to put in a box. And that is how I was when I was pregnant, which is why I got through pregnancy without being stigmatized or being shamed in any way, shape, or form. I was proud, like I was confident in myself. I owned up to things that I did and I do, and I'm really just being shamelessly myself. So I feel like it has made it significantly easier. It doesn't mean that every once in a while I will not get some stares. I will definitely get stares, but then at the same time, like, it's me. Like, just look at me. Like, if you don't stare, like, is you even okay? Is your eyes even working? No, but jokes aside, you definitely will get stares, and you get used to it after a while because you realize, okay, yeah, this is something that people are not used to. There's a connotation attached to that. And if anything at all, maybe it does give you the opportunity to destroy social norms. Just so much about it. With every one I've gotten, it literally feels like I've earned like a new badge. Like, you know, when you're going through a game and then you get to level 1, you pass level 1, you pass level 2, you pass, like, I will always love dainty tattoos. I don't think I'll ever get like a big piece, but I can almost confidently attest to the fact that by the time I'm 50, I'll probably have like a lot spaced out. Maybe not here, definitely not on my face or on my neck, but like all over me. I'm more than happy to make milestones. The next one I want to get is definitely to commemorate my daughter. I was supposed to get one to commemorate my surgery as well, the first ever surgery that I ever had. I haven't gotten that yet. I'm going to get it on the scar of the surgery. But like, guys, it's addictive. I have to say that. It's addictive because you start to feel like you can take over the world. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know this one was definitely longer than my usual, but I felt like it warranted a serious and complete video. I will definitely keep you guys updated when I get more, which I will. And before I leave, do not forget that you are sugar, you are spice, and you're a bomb mash jollof rice. Also, if you've ever considered getting one, let me know. Oh my gosh, you look like a ghost. Let me know. Let me know where you want to get it. Let me know what you want it to be. If you want it to say something, if you want it to be like a drawing of something or a picture of something, just share with me. Express yourself. Like, express yourself in the comment. Express yourself.